If your garden soil feels lifeless and you're not seeing those helpful wiggly workers underground, it might be time to take a closer look at what's coming out of your kitchen. Believe it or not, one of the most powerful tools for reviving earthworm populations is probably already in your compost bin, or worse, your trash can. Fruit and vegetable scraps, especially banana peels, apple cores, carrot shavings, and lettuce leaves, hold the key to bringing worms back in droves. And when used the right way, these everyday kitchen scraps can create a thriving ecosystem under your feet. Earthworms are decomposers by nature. Their entire life revolves around consuming and breaking down organic matter. They especially love soft, rotting materials that are easy to digest and loaded with nutrients. That's why fruit and vegetable scraps are their version of a feast. When you bury a banana peel or a few apple skins in moist, healthy soil, you're not just feeding the worms, you're inviting them in. These scraps begin to break down quickly, drawing in beneficial microbes, and where the microbes go, the worms follow. It's a chain reaction that starts with a single act of tossing scraps into your garden and ends with soil that's alive, aerated, and ready to grow just about anything. One of the most effective ways to turn kitchen scraps into a worm magnet is through vermicomposting. Vermicomposting is the practice of using worms, typically red wigglers, to break down organic waste into worm castings, a rich, earthy fertilizer that plants absolutely love. In a worm bin or even a DIY container, worms transform banana peels, coffee grounds, tea bags, apple cores, and other kitchen waste into black gold. These castings are not only nutrient-dense, but they also improve soil texture, drainage, and microbial activity in ways synthetic fertilizers simply can't. If you don't have a worm bin, don't worry. You can still apply the same principles directly in your garden beds or compost pile. Start by chopping your scraps into small pieces. The smaller the scraps, the faster they break down. Then bury them a few inches under the surface. This prevents smells, deters pests, and keeps the worms coming back for more. Within days, those scraps begin to ferment and decompose, creating the exact conditions worms thrive in. It's a simple process, but it's one of the most effective ways to jumpstart worm activity in a tired or barren garden. There's a reason banana peels are often called the secret weapon for soil life. They're soft, sweet, and loaded with potassium and phosphorus, two essential nutrients not just for plants but for the microbial army that partners with earthworms in breaking down matter. Coffee grounds are another favorite. While slightly acidic, they provide grit for the worm's gizzards and help speed up digestion. Used in moderation and balanced with other scraps, they can make a worm bin or garden bed feel like home in no time. Of course, not everything from your kitchen belongs in the soil. Avoid tossing in meat, dairy, oily leftovers, or anything heavily spiced. These can attract rodents and create foul odors. Earthworms aren't equipped to handle those types of waste and will steer clear of contaminated areas. Likewise, citrus peels, onion skins, and garlic cloves should be used sparingly, as they can make the compost too acidic or irritate the worms. Stick to soft fruits, leafy greens, potato peels, corn husks, and non-acidic trimmings, and you'll be on the right track. One powerful trick is to mix your kitchen scraps with carbon-rich materials before adding them to your worm-friendly areas. Shredded paper, cardboard, dry leaves, or even coconut coir help balance out the nitrogen-heavy scraps and create a fluffier texture worms love. This mixture stays aerated, reduces odor, and holds moisture, perfect for keeping the worm population active and healthy. Over time, the consistent addition of balanced organic matter creates a self-sustaining habitat where worms reproduce, castings accumulate, and your garden soil transforms from compacted and sterile to light, rich, and alive. As your worm population grows, you'll start noticing subtle but powerful changes. Soil that was once hard and crusty becomes spongy and dark. Plants develop deeper roots and better resistance to drought. Pests and diseases become less frequent, and you'll spend less on fertilizers because the soil starts to feed itself. These benefits are all part of a natural cycle set in motion by something as simple as a banana peel or a handful of vegetable trimmings. This isn't just about reducing food waste or cutting down on fertilizer costs, though it does both. It's about partnering with nature. Every apple core you compost is a vote for a healthier garden. Every coffee filter you bury is a step toward richer, more resilient soil. And every time you choose to feed your garden with real food waste, you're helping rebuild the underground web of life that keeps ecosystems thriving. If you've been struggling to attract earthworms or improve your soil, don't overlook what's in your kitchen. The answer isn't complicated or expensive. It's right there on your cutting board. Start saving those scraps, chop them small, mix them with carbon-rich material, and bury them deep. The worms will come, and when they do, they'll bring your garden back to life from the ground up. If you found this guide helpful, inspiring, or just plain practical, make sure to hit that subscribe button and share this with your fellow gardeners. At Hydro Haven, we're here to help you grow smarter, deeper, and more naturally, one kitchen scrap at a time.